5 days before my 18th birthday, my parents stole every dollar I had saved for college. Not borrowed, not asked for, stole it. For 4 years, I worked weekends washing dishes, tutored kids after school for $20 an hour, saved every birthday check my grandparents ever gave me. By the time I graduated high school, I had $9,780. I thought it was the beginning of my future. Instead, it became the price of my family's betrayal. And what happened 5 years later? They never saw coming. My name is Ethan Carter. In my house, there was only one rule. My older brother Jason came first. Always. If Jason crashed the car, my dad would pay to fix it. If Jason quit another job, my mom would say he was just finding himself. If Jason borrowed money, no one ever expected him to pay it back. I was the responsible one, the backup plan. I came home from my last high school final. The house was too quiet. My parents were at the kitchen table, just waiting. My mom wouldn't even look at me. My dad slid a single piece of paper across the wood. It was a bank statement from my savings account. I knew that balance by heart, but this one said, balance, $0. I said, "What is this? Where's my money?" My dad didn't even blink. He said, "We moved it. Jason needed it more than you did. It was a family emergency." They admitted it like it was nothing. Jason had gotten into almost $15,000 of gambling debt. Loan sharks were calling the house. "We did what any parents would do," my mom whispered. Then my dad slid another paper toward me, a legal form. It said I had willingly gifted the money to my brother. For taxes, he said. They didn't just steal my future. They wanted me to lie and say I gave it away. I pushed the paper back across the table. I said no. That one word changed everything. The room went dead silent. My dad slowly stood up. He used every inch of his 6'2" to look down at me, and he said, "If you won't support this family, you don't belong here." My mother started crying, but she didn't stop him. She didn't say a single word. An hour later, I was standing on the curb outside. One backpack with clothes, my laptop, my diploma in a folder, and nowhere to go. The next 3 years were brutal. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The first week I slept on my best friend's couch. The second week I slept in the back room of the diner I used to work in. I got 2 jobs. Nights loading boxes from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Days taking community college classes on 3 hours of sleep. I ate ramen so often I got sick of the smell. But every single dollar I made was mine. No one could take it. I transferred to State University on a partial scholarship. I graduated with a degree in IT. I got a job at a tech company, then a better job as a sysadmin. By 23, I bought a tiny 2-bedroom house. The paint was peeling, the yard was dead, but it was mine, paid for with money no one could steal. For the first time in my life finally felt like mine. Then, on a Tuesday at 9:17 p.m., my phone rang. The screen said, "Mom." 5 years of absolute silence, broken by one call. I almost didn't answer. She didn't say hello. She didn't ask how I was. She didn't apologize. She just said with a, "Ethan, Jason needs your help." It was worse than I imagined. Jason's life had completely imploded. More debt, a DUI, a fraud case, court dates, and in the middle of it all, a 4-year-old son. My nephew, Leo, a kid I had never even met. His mother had left. The state was involved. They were talking about foster care. And then she said it. "We need you to take temporary custody. You're the only one in the family with a stable job, a clean record, a house. The court would listen to you. You're responsible." There it was. After 5 years, they didn't miss their son. They needed the responsible one again, to clean up Jason's mess. And if I said no, a 4-year-old innocent boy would pay the price. At that moment, I realized nothing had changed at all. They still saw me as the solution to problems they created. I drove to their house the next day. My dad opened the door, surprised I actually came. My mom was there. Jason was there, looking thinner, older, broken. My mother looked at me with hope. She said, "So you'll help Jason?" You'll talk to the judge for him? I looked past her at the photo of little Leo on their fridge, and I told my mother something she never expected. I said, I'll help my nephew, but I will not save Jason. I will fight for Leo, but Jason has to finally face what he's done. They were furious. My dad called me selfish. My mom said I was tearing the family apart again. I didn't argue. I just left and called a family lawyer that same afternoon. It took 4 months, court dates, home inspections, paperwork. But last month, the judge granted me full legal guardianship of Leo. My nephew finally has a stable home. He has his own room. He starts kindergarten next month. As for my parents, they still blame me for everything. But for the first time in my life, their opinion doesn't matter. Because I finally learned what they never taught me. Real family isn't defined by blood. It's defined by the people who protect you when no one else will. And that was the future I chose to build.